We're short on cashiers today.
Oh, look who we run into.
We're trying to get dual video here. Hey guys. We're in heaven.
What was that about a man first?
Satchel. Satchel, not a man.
Yeah, we're at Cabela.
John, keep doing that. Keep doing that. 1 second.
Man, it just keeps going on and on and on.
Are you in gun and scope heaven?
I am. I'm in gun and scope and YouTube buddy heaven.
That goes as far as you can see. And
we're
there, you can do the cases.
That's right. What's incredible is we're surrounded by some of the most beautiful countryside in the world.
And we're inside.
We're inside
with a fake,
with a fake mountain and fake animals.
That's
we are ready to.
We're distracted with toys.
This is the gun room here at Cabela's. It just keeps going. We're really contemplating. I think USNERDOC here is going to pick up this Gatling gun. I think he's going to take it back home with him.
Be fun to clean it, huh?
Oh, the AR pistol. You name it, these guys have it.
You've made a choice, and then you're going to have to make some life choices based on that because it's a huge commitment that you've made. And responsibility. And your responsibility is trying not to use it.
Exactly, that was a good point. I mean, we're to avoid.
Oh, if anything, you're going to turn and walk away, cross the street, walk on the other side of the street. I mean, it affects choices, many choices. You're driving,
Right.
you know, everything.
Ammo, 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 and more ammo, and then right here is a huge selection of ammo. This is really beautiful. Because if you're like me, it's been just a nightmare. More ammo. In fact, there are other segments in this store for ammo.
Serrated or non-serrated.
See,
I have mixed feelings. I think I'd be more comfortable having serrated if I knew how to sharpen the blasting thing.
That's my opinion.
When I look at that, I think, I'm not going to be able to sharpen that. I know how to sharpen the rounds, but not the teeth.
I have a Lansky sharpener,
Yeah.
and you can get an extra blade for
the serrations.
Yeah, but it's kind of a pain to do because you have to kind of rotate it.
And I have a little ceramic rod that I can do the teeth with, but the hard tooth, I don't know how to do that. That's a nice knife.
Yeah, it does bite though.
But if you need to cut through webbing or rope, that's the thing. Or seatbelt.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking about. Do I want with or without the serrations?
It's funny you pull out your Leatherman. So I have a Leatherman, a little bit different one that I have in my briefcase at work. And I've had a number of guys come in, construction workers with air-driven nail in like the thigh. And the first thing I grab is my Leatherman. I'm at and like pull it out.
They're like, oh man, this is
no
bad.
problem. Pull it out. So we were talking about the USMC survival knife and the differences between the leather handle and the polymer handle. And to be honest, and it depends upon the person, but there's a lot of, I think, historical attraction for the leather handle. And a lot of people talk about different features in terms of how durable that is and salt water and that sort of thing. But this knife has been through hell and back historically. And if you take that knife and turn it upside down in a coffee can of penetrating oil for leather and just let it soak oil overnight and do that periodically. That'll protect that handle forever. And you'll have a nice historical knife.
And I want something a little more substantial than that. I looked at the leak based on Such's recommendation. I think since I carry a leather weight, I'd like to have something a little larger than that. So, in the ballpark there, maybe the Dura. Love a bench weight. They're
A lot of it.
a little expensive.
A little expensive,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, one of the things that I've gotten a lot of people's comments about the leak is that the narrow tip on this blade that would possibly break off. And I've had other guys tell me they've used it for different reasons and never broken this tip off. So,
Right. So I think when you take a knife like this and you're looking at the tip, first of all, that tip is a useful part of the tool. So if you need to get a splinter out or do some fine detailed work, that's what it's for. But if you're in there prying and bending, then you're exceeding the design limitation of what that tool is for. It may survive, may not survive, but that's not what that tip's for. And if you're going to use something where you need to do digging, prying, then you need to get something with a little more heft to it and perhaps not a fine point. But in an everyday carry blade, I like having that little tip. If I need to get something out or if you need to do some detailed work, you've got a precision tip, but treat it accordingly. It's like using a chisel to open a paint can. You laugh, but people do that.
yeah. Very good. Excellent.
What are your thoughts on it? Is that same?
No, I
along
think
those
exactly.
lines?
And I think it's a give and take a lot of times. You know, it's almost like long range versus short range. There are certain tools.
Right. So you apply the correct tool to the correct job.
Exactly.
And why do you have a fine point on your knife?
Because I do a lot of fine work.
So that fits your POU.
And if I'm going to lug around, did I bring it? I may have left it in the car. But yeah, I have my larger knife, you know, that I keep in the car. But this fits what?
That's precision work.
Right. That's me. Precision.
Exactly.
Precision machine.
So we're talking about one of our YouTube buddies that we like a lot.
Right. Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Great. You know, we were talking about his the number of views he gets within just the first few minutes.
Right.
And
Never able to be the first person to post a comment on his.
yeah, he ought to have a contest.
You know, the contest. You could be the first one. Right. That's actually not a bad idea.
But you know, having like 70,000+ subscriptions, why does somebody have that?
Because he's got something to offer.
Making a difference.
He's got some value that people like. People are looking to see.
You know, there's very few people that have that kind of audience. I mean, you can take a large church. They're not necessarily going to have the same
audience. You could take 5 of our little channels and put them together and not even be half of that channel.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm in a tent.
Yeah. I like
That kind of gives you perspective.
Yeah, exactly. It is perspective. Oh yeah. So one time I was at the range in Central Oregon, and I've been at that range many times and always by myself. And the only time I've run into someone was a retired Deschutes County sheriff, and he let me shoot his brand new Kel-Tec that he was breaking in and putting a lot of rounds through. But he taught me this drill that they do, and basically you get with about 8 feet away from the target, you shoot, and then you make one step back, and the sole purpose of the drill is to put your next round right through that same hole and step back 10 times doing that same drill, which sounds very easy, but it's wickedly hard to do it, and you end up with, at least me, you end up with them kind of all over the place.
Okay, here we are in Cabela's. Look at all of these flipping pellet guns. I have never seen so many air rifles in all my life. I think the ones on the end are black powder. Dadgum, that's cool. No, I don't. And my buddy John does.
Okay.
He has some electronic muffs.
Earplugs.
I use earplugs a lot. I do have headsets. I brought a pair of Howard Light electronic muffs for the shoot, but for some reason they're not working.
I was told that people like having the electronic ones, especially if you're on the range or doing instruction, that you can have protection but still be able to hear the conversation that's going on.
It's even
You get
amplified.
directions. It's amplified. What I don't like about them though is when it seems to affect my cheek weld, so I'm always having to adjust like that.
Right.
So I was wondering what you guys, if you guys have used them or your thoughts on you've seen so far?
One of the things about the forward pistol grip in itself is that it adds, you've already got a pistol grip, and then you've got another one, so it just adds to this lower stability. Right, to me, that's to me. Now, I know a lot of guys like that. If that's what you like, that's fine, but for me, that's what I found. But I did notice that some of them, I like the system that actually folded down better, but then with the new Magpul system, it brings it in. I like that better if you need something out there, and there is some advantages.
Which is the more natural grip for the, it's the more natural grip for the AR.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, what I typically bring my hand into the magwell.
Okay.
And they now have things that you can actually just extend that out to give you a better grip into the magwell. You've already got the magwell. You've already got the mag coming out, so it doesn't add a lot to the. Because if you think about it, you got your grip, and you got your mag and magwell, and then you have this forward grip. It's just like this undertone under here. And that's just my personal preference.
With your hand on the mag well, it's all centralized. I thought there's less with a foregrip that's sticking down. I can see myself snagging it on stuff, and so
getting hung up.
Right, getting hanged up in straps or whatever. So I thought it might be a little cleaner and less things to snag.
Yeah, the Magpul is definitely a low drag sort of piece of it.
Like the model.
What a better place to be a model. Oh, that's good.